Hey Books, welcome into our Taurus-Gemini astrology tarot reading here for January 2026. Please keep in mind that this can resonate for any placements that you have in Taurus-Gemini energy or the second and third house, okay? So if you're not born under this cusp, there still could be a message here for you. Let's talk about what I was getting in the energy. Very interesting, actually. It felt like in the... Okay, they're telling me in the swell of it all, in the swell of energy that's happening right now in January, you are being called to focus forward on the future, to be long-term minded, okay, or oriented towards making investments, choices, and decisions that are going to have a positive effect on you long-term. So some of y'all might have just been like, short-term thinking, day-to-day, kind of minute by minute, I'll figure it out later. And it's like, no, we got to start thinking about it now because your future depends on it. My Taurus Gemini energies, your future depends on it. What this future is going to call out of you might be something that you're not all the way comfortable with, okay? And it does feel like more or less collaboration, working with others, partnership. This is a part of that age of Aquarius energy. It is being taken up a notch with that Saturn and Neptune conjunction at the 0 degrees of Aries in February. Everyone is being prepped to start orienting their mind, their emotions, their spirit, bodies, your day-to-day, your physical vessel towards what's trying to come in, okay? Which is this more humanitarian, communal-based structure of society as we see the current structure kind of fall. Not even kind of, but fall and crumble, okay? It's going to be essential for maybe a role you're meant to play. Taurus Gemini energies, you are the Hierophant in the major arcana for me, so, okay, leadership. You kind of got to lead the pack in whatever this is. So I do feel this call to be long-term oriented. However that means for you, whatever that looks like for you. Think long-term, not just the moment, but what impact is it going to have not only on you, but those connected to you down the road. So something about foresight, being able to see beyond the current situation is going to be very, very, very significantly powerful for you if you can tap into it, okay? All right, so let's talk about it. Show me what this energy means here and what's going on in the cosmos for Taurus Gemini energies and placements and houses divine. Thank you so very much. Okay, expand. Come on. What did I say? It's going to call you to see beyond the current situation, a skill that Sagittarius has naturally because of that Jupiterian energy, okay? Expanding your horizons, your home, your hearth, your heart, okay? This is about expansion in your life, Taurus Gemini. You're meant to occupy more, have, hold, govern more. But in order to do so, you might have to start making plans, doing things, choices and decisions that will set you up for that. It's not going to happen overnight, okay? Okay, tell me a little bit more about this expansion. Relationships, okay? Maybe that includes your partnerships, your lover, okay? The things and people that you love, your family, okay? This could be bringing someone into your home, your family structure, or your current setup. The moon, perception. Maybe this is a call for you to expand the perception of what relationships do and how they can support. Okay, I'm talking to a group of y'all where maybe up until this point, relationships seem to be a burden, hold back, something that distracts you, as opposed to something that can ground you, benefit you, expand you, grow you, be healing to you, nurture you, you can nurture it, support you. There's a mental shift that has to happen here. It seems like wherever you want to be, whatever you want to have, especially when we talk about the future here, Taurus Gemini, you're going to need people and need relationships. You're going to need someone there to help support you, be that confidant, help also ground you when you get a little too up in the mind with that Gemini energy, okay? And maybe that's a Sagittarian energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but it's crucial. Whatever it is that you see in your future cannot be managed, Hierophant energy, managed and governed alone. Even the Hierophant has support, okay? Some of y'all feel like you have to carry something alone, and you don't, okay? You don't. Show me a little bit more about this perception shift, Divine, for Taurus Gemini. Mercury in messages, yeah. This might require you to work on your communication skills, okay? This might require you to be a more present partner. And that's not just in love. That could be in work and business. Okay? It's time to step it up a notch a bit, Taurus Gemini. It's time to step it up. Okay? What else? Tell me more about these messages for Taurus Gemini. I can't make it up. Heal. Chiron. Up until this point, you've been in that Nine of Wands energy. I'll do it by myself. I'll handle it all by myself. I don't trust nobody. I'm not letting anybody in. And that is not the way to get to the future that the divine has for you. The future the divine has for you includes other people, Taurus Gemini. Yeah, activate. And those other people are there to support you in the same way that you'll be called to support them. This requires emotional growth. This is going to call you into your heart. And that might be uncomfortable. And even if it is, it's the work that needs to be done, Taurus Gemini, because it feels like your future is too important to let difficulties in relationships and partnerships stop you from getting there. To let, your wounds block you. Tell me a little bit more about this expansion that's trying to happen here for Taurus Gemini. Listen to moi, okay? Listen to me, Taurus Gemini. Listen, okay? I say all of this in love. You are not made to be alone. Empress with judgment. Like I said, it might be a Sagittarius. Which is the 7th house partner to your Gemini energy. So there is compatibility there. And can definitely benefit that Taurian energy, very fixed, and learning how to navigate things and be more flexible and mutable and see the bigger picture as opposed to just the day-to-day. Okay? Earth energy very much so grounded in the day-to-day time structure. Getting with the fire energy, fire sign vibe, Queen of Wands here at the bottom. I can't make it up. Regardless if that's masculine or feminine energy, connecting with that fire, inviting that in, can heal and help you get somewhere that, again, it's like you need to be, you're trying to get to, but you can't get there alone. Help you see what you can't see. It's another beautiful thing about relationships. We have a vision of ourselves, a perspective of ourselves, a perception of ourselves based off our own experiences, but that can often be jaded and one-sided. when you have a partnership or a relationship with someone where you trust their eyes and their vision of you, because that's a tricky thing. It's a thin line. Okay. You don't want to give your full ego over to someone else because they can crush it. They can manipulate it. They can make it into what they need based off of their own ego, right? So you have to have the right person who's invested in you being the best you, not you being what they need you to be. And that's the beauty of connecting with Sagittarius energy. Not trying to shape and mold you into anything, because Sagittarius doesn't like to be shaped and molded into other people's expectations. So that's not even a part of the equation. Can you run wild and free with me? Be free, be yourself. That's what Sagittarian loves to connect with, loves to embody. And that can be maybe a little inspiring or healing again for you, activating again for you. You need to be activated by fire. I feel like I've been telling y'all this. So whoever is on this cusp, yes, I do believe that your partnership, your great big relationship, the life partner, is a fire energy. It's what you need for whatever your future has in store for you. You need that. Someone who's going to burn through the bullshit and get right to action, get right to the point, and do so with precision, especially with Sagittarius energy. So Empress and Judgment. The judgment is you need an Empress to the Emperor, the High Priestess to the Hierophant. It's partnership for a reason. It's crucial for you, especially with that Gemini energy. Okay? Especially. Tell me a little bit more about Vesta, Hearth, and this relationship, the Three of Cups. And the Eight of Cups. Right. Okay. I think up until this point, relationships have been very shallow. I'm going to just keep it a bean with you. Y'all know how I'll be. Shallow. Three of Cups. Very surface. No depth to the Three of Cups at all. It is fun in the sun. It's a good time. It's associate energy. It's the people you know, the people you see around. It's very surface level. No depth to the Three of Cups. Because as soon as whatever cup is pouring into those cups dries out, those 3 cups are gone. On to the next cup that's pouring out. Just there as long as you have something. As soon as you don't have anything, not there. That's what I feel like you're used to. And that is often a flow of energy that Taurians can find themselves in because they are such great manifestors. They can acquire a lot of material abundance, but that also comes with people who only want them for their material abundance, and you need something deeper. Hence why Scorpio is your 7th house to that Taurian energy. Okay? But the Eight of Cups, right. You might be afraid to allow an Empress into your life here, Taurus, Gemini. So your love energy is going to be very interesting. I'm excited to get to that. But you might be afraid to let an Empress in because you think they're going to be like the Three of Cups energies that you're in. The Three of Cups has nothing on the Empress. The Empress, keep in mind, has mastered the Queen of Cups energy. Three of Cups is child's play. Isn't even the motive of an Empress. The Empress is the one who will tell the Three of Cups, hey, why don't you go on somewhere else, right? Like, that's not even the mode. So do not project your past experiences. I don't care how many times this has happened to you or how many different people you have been in relationship with and it's been the same thing. Do not put that on whoever this Empress is because that's not them. Okay? Like I said, Eight of Cups, soon as you don't have anything to pour, they're gone. That's not what an Empress does, because an Empress is there through all the seasons, all the elements, all the energy. The Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot. I cannot make it up. The Empress understands that that wheel turns, that it's ebb and flow, that you'll have dry seasons and wet seasons. You'll have abundant harvests and sometimes scarce. And that's the nature. Empress is so close to nature. Okay, you could be this Empress. And maybe you're projecting all, you know, the past things on an Emperor that's trying to be a part of your life or meant to be. So take it as it resonates. With the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune, you can only have abundance and move forward. That's Jupiter energy, Sagittarius, like I said. Nine of Swords. Right. But somebody might be afraid of the work that requires. Yeah, because you definitely can't. The Lovers, I can't make it up. Yeah, your love reading is going to be very interesting. But somebody's afraid to do the work. It's easy to flirt around and hang around the Three of Cups because they don't require anything. Don't be afraid to go deep. Don't be afraid to explore your depths, Taurus Gemini. You're so much more than just the material world. You're so much more than that. And it seems like the divine is trying to connect you with someone who can reflect that to you. As a lover. Y'all, I cannot. The Emperor behind the Lovers? Can't make it up. I can't make it up. The divine is trying to bring in your reflection, your lover, your partner, an intimate relationship that not only heals you, but activates you in the ways that the Three of Cups can't. Even if they tried, it don't work because it's too shallow. You're swimming in 3 feet. It's time to get to the 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, 9 foot, 12 foot energy. You're not going to drown, Taurus Gemini. You're not going to drown. Okay? Okay. Wow. Man, I want to keep that out. I really do. Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I could squeeze that in here right quick. Because that was too good. Too much confirmation. Okay, so exactly. Where you're headed in that Chariot requires right partnership. And it seems like the divine is trying to bring in your right partner, but somebody might be afraid of what that's going to call out of them, afraid to do the healing work. Tell me more about this Empress with Sagittarius. The Three of Swords. Okay. I could be talking to the Empress. It is Taurus energy. It's Venus, right? Yeah. You don't want heartbreak. You don't want disappointment. You don't want to be let down. You don't want to have faith and belief in someone just to be let down by them. I get that. Tell me more about Judgment with Hearth. Yeah, the Six of Cups and the Two of Swords. But are you only reflecting on the past? Can the opposite also hold some truth? What if this Emperor actually doesn't disappoint you, doesn't let you down, doesn't play mind games with you, is actually invested in building something with you, genuinely cares for you, loves you, desires for you to be your best, wants to mirror the energy that you bring to the connection? What if? Don't let your past hold you back, Taurus Gemini. Don't let it. Just because it happened doesn't mean it will repeat, and I don't really care how many times it's repeated in your life. You have the power to make new choices and different decisions. If that is a repetitive cycle for you, you're not learning the lesson. You're doing the same things and getting the same result. It's time to change it up. That change, again, being in that fixed energy with Taurus is absolutely difficult. I get it. It can be challenging. But challenge yourself, because the version of you that's in that future is worth it. That's how I'm feeling it. Wherever that Chariot and Wheel of Fortune is trying to spin you and direct you towards, it's worth being uncomfortable for a little while. It's worth trying something new to get a new result. Okay, can I get one for Judgment? Thank you. Tower. The divine is trying to break you out of that Three of Swords. Okay, show me the Three of Cups with this Tower. Two of Pentacles. Yeah. But it's like you keep dibbling back with these 3 cups. I just start selling yourself short with the 3 cups, 9 of Pentacles. And that's why you still remain single or by yourself. You keep trying to share the pentacle with the cup energy, but they're not invested in the pentacle. They're not helping the pentacle grow. They'll take the pentacles, but that leaves you with 7 of Pentacles energy, 6 of Pentacles, maybe even 5, right? Like it leaves you without. That's a clear sign that you're not necessarily dealing with Empress or Emperor energy. If what is shared between y'all doesn't grow, it's not fertile. Nor is it protected. Protection on the Emperor's end, fertility on the Empress's end. In order for the Empress to grow, she has to be protected. So maybe that's it. Finding a protector, someone who cherishes your energy, not wants to shell it out to a whole bunch of other people or wants to use it for themselves, like who isn't greedy with it. I get it. It's hard, but it's not impossible. The moon, it's not impossible. Yeah, show me Wheel of Fortune with the moon. The 6 of Wands. It's not impossible because you can be successful. It can work. That ideal relationship, that ideal partnership, that ideal bond can exist in your world and in your reality. It absolutely can. You can have the victory you want in love. But why the 9 of Swords? The Queen of Wands. But it requires a different, I don't even want to say different. It requires a elevated version of you. And that work to be that is what can be challenging. Okay, yeah. Okay, tell me about the Lovers. Tell me about the Lovers here. Thank you, Divine. The Ace of Wands, when I tell you fire, Taurus, Gemini, fire. Again, healing too with Chiron. It's almost like somebody settled into a reality or a pattern of reality that they've just accepted is how it is and how it's always going to be, when there's so much more that they could be experiencing. And we all find ourselves in those cycles, okay? So much more that you could be experiencing and enjoying and having pleasure from and excitement with and just all of that. But it's up to us to choose to make the choices, the changes, the shifts to break out of that monotony, break out of that reality and enter into a new one. That's what this feels like. Have you learned the lesson about who you keep around you, who you pour into? What part of that is obligated or feels like obligation? What part of that is just habit? Not even, you know that energy isn't even good for you, but out of habit, you just keep doing it. What are those habits, Taurus, Gemini, and how are you going to break them? Because they need to be broken. Okay. Right. The habits, devil energy. What's that social conditioning, emotional conditioning, mental conditioning that you're still running on? That's keeping you trapped in the reality you know is dull, void, not beneficial to you, not reciprocal at all, probably a downer on your health, like does so much damage, but you're so used to it. Are you putting up with it just because you're used to it? This is the time to not do that anymore. This is the time to break out of that devil energy. Clarify the Emperor. Death. Can't make it up. It's time for change. Yeah, it's time for change. And that's what I feel. Somebody absolutely knows. If they're aware of whoever this Empress or Emperor is, if you are, you know that your world is going to change. Who you are is going to change. But it's the perception that that's a bad thing. And not the very key to your future. That's hanging somebody up. So the divine keeps having to call judgment and keep having to bring these towers until you learn that lesson, until you get it, okay? Okay? But only you can break that pattern. Only you can break that pattern. No amount of love from anybody else, no amount of guidance from anybody else is going to break it for you. You have to do it. You have to make the choices, the decisions, and take the actions that break that pattern. That's how you show the universe that you are ready for the future, for your North Node, for your purpose, all that you're destined to experience, have, and be. Takes bravery. Maybe that's again why this fire energy is showing up for you. You got to go through the fire here, Taurus-Gemini. Okay. So what other guidance, what other help and assistance you have here, Divine, for my Taurus-Geminis moving and navigating through this energy? Magician. Purpose. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. Lunar nodes. I'm trying to tell you. Magician energy. Yeah. Learning the magic that you are. Some of y'all are wasting your magic on people who can't even... I don't even mean to be rude about that, but can't even create a spark. Can't even create a wave. Don't even have the light in that way. There are a lot of void souls, void people, void bodies walking around. Zombie apocalypse, that's real-ish. It's just not decaying bodies. They're just empty. Pouring into empty wells doesn't keep your bucket or your well or your cup full. Okay? All right, tell me a little bit more. What else is being called out of Taurus-Gemini in this energy? Ooh, a lot came out with that, huh? Harmony, yeah. Yep, because that's what it seems like your soul's really craving. Y'all, I'm about to scream. Foresight? Did I not say that at the beginning of this reading? Foresight. Think about it long term. And death. Yeah, transformation. The angels are sounding the trumpet of judgment, bringing in some towers because it's time to step into a new reality, Taurus-Gemini. Offering. That's what you're being offered, a new reality. A death to that devil energy. Those habits, those patterns, frequencies I'm hearing, energies that keep you low. Clarify. Thank you. Radiant. Keep you low. Come on. It's time for you to radiate. It's time for you to be the sun. Be that energy. They're offering you radiance, offering you light, an expansion of your light. And that expansion of your light is going to call an end to the Three of Cups and all the shallow shit. And it's... I'm not going to put myself in it. I'm saying if it was being offered to me, hell yeah, I'm going for the light. Leave all that shallow, crummy shit behind. But you have to make that choice, right? You have to make that choice. You have to make that choice. Wounded healer, grace, and leadership at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I'm going to put grace out here. Okay. Temperance energy. More Sag. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there, Taurus-Gemini. I feel like I've said a mouthful. I really do hope that this serves you well throughout the month of January. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below as always. And make sure you check out the post on our members board. I'm doing a deck giveaway. All the decks that you see in the deck thrift shop on my website, cusproses.store, are available to claim for absolutely free. I'm going to cover shipping. This is my thank you to y'all for being on this side of the channel. Pick a deck that you really, really want. Let me know in the comments and I'll give you the giveaway link so I can ship it to you. All right, my loves, check that out. Definitely, as always, shop the merch on the channel. If you want your own astrology forecast for you personally, you can book that as well as a reading on my website. Check it all down, linked below. I love you so very much, and I'll see you in our next one. Namaste.